Alright, greetings fellow humans. It is Umber Rays here on a mostly sunny day here in Japan, and it's nice to see all you guys. And shout outs to my favorite Mega Man stage and Mega Man boss in the music for this video. I'm finally putting that, using that music, so if you can guess it, good. All right, so let's talk about what the recent JP update is. Now, I'm not going to talk too much, just kind of wanted to show off that here in the new Trial of Judgment on Final Fantasy X, we have a couple of bosses here for orange sunglasses. Probably just going to do another video about that because we have a fair bit to talk about today. First of all, Master Ability 2s. We have 4 units that have gotten brand new Master Abilities, and we're going to go through them pretty darn quickly. First of all, Little Leela has gotten her next one. And this one is the least interesting, just single target resistance of 20 for this unit. Fine, sure, whatever, moving on. Next up is Mariluke. Mariluke is getting, as you can see, I have mine fully developed, haha. So before she had critical damage plus 40% and agility plus 10, now she's getting a sleep resistance buff, max HP by 20%, and critical chance plus 20. So it actually works pretty good with her previous one. I honestly give Leela just an okay one. She had a really good first one with Light Killer and Magic, so single target resistance is nice. Not going to complain about it, but not noteworthy compared to some of the stuff we're going to get into. So, Leela, just sure, pass. Mariluke, also a pass. Not bad overall. Doesn't really make me want to build this unit, but sure. Okay, I'm sure some people will be happy with who like her. Next up, Lord Mont. And Lord Mont has basically been a good unit since his release, and, well, no, he's been a great unit since his release, and he's going to be even greater now, with a max HP bonus now of an extra 10% from his brand new upgrade, as well as all elemental resistances by an extra 10%. It's just nice. It means that he's neutral versus water now, naturally, and he has just some good resistance against across the board for all different elements. Not too amazing, but pretty nice, all things considered, for a tank who wants to keep being a tank, to continue being a tank. But shoutouts to the by far the best, if not the best, master ability, period, that we've ever seen before. So Kitone's previous one was just evasion plus 15. Sure, nice enough, not really going to complain about it. However, her new one is just insane. First of all, AP usage goes down by 20%. Really a big bonus for her kit, as she has kind of had AP problems for a while, and this helps out a lot. But the great thing is her new Guts ability. She now naturally, constantly, permanently has a Guts ability when she is over 70% HP. So if she is at over 70% HP and she gets hit for 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100 million points of damage, she actually will not die, provided that she was over 70% HP of her total HP before. And interestingly, this is not a one-time use ability. If she goes down to 1 HP, survives, and heals back up, you will do it again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Now, if she gets hit with something like Noctis's ability of a double hit, or Astoria's double hit, she'll die. But this goes a long way to making Kitone, in my opinion, really noteworthy, potentially amazing in PvP, and especially auto PvP, where you can really abuse this kind of stuff. And just probably makes her a mainstay on the Earth Elemental team. I mean, Dreamforce people are going to be over the moon for this one, and fine, fair enough, I get it. But yeah, I'm going to say this is the best master ability I've ever seen, because short of us getting some extra information later about the fact that this does have a limited number of uses and it's just in the coding somewhere, wow. It's just a fantastic upgrade for Kitone. So super happy to see Kitone got something really interesting. And yeah, just really great. All right, so now let's move on to our main topic for today. Main topic today is about 6-star equipment. And since it was only revealed just yesterday and basically right before the update, I was quite rightly worried about how expensive this was going to be. And good news for everybody out there, it's actually not as bad as some of us, myself primarily, have feared. So take this, for example, the gold blade. If you want to just upgrade it, you just go into the crafting, go all the way up to +5, and I would like to point out, take a look at this number. Right now, if we were to craft a gold blade, we need 33 recipes for a +6, as well as 960 of these. What about a +5? Oh, it's still 960. It's still 32. As you can see, what is super noteworthy here is that you only need 1 extra recipe. If we were to just make a +6 from scratch, total number of recipes needed are 64. You need only as much as you needed to craft a +5. So good news, you're not going to need too terribly much extra. The only thing that as you can see in terms of books, however, is that it does require X number more of books. So, not all great news, but considering the crafting material is a bit of a pain, this is generally a positive note, I'm going to say. The one extra thing you do need are these new heart crystals, and there are certain amounts that you need for specific ones. For instance, if you are crafting a lower tier, let me just get the numbers really quick. Where is it? You need a total number of a higher number for certain rarities. So you need 7 for the SSR or MR quality. You need 10 for UR. You need 6 for the lower and 5 for the lowest. And that's basically what it is. These hearts at this moment can be obtained through specific means in games. You can actually not purchase them on day 1, although I assume that later they will be purchasable for an X amount. So let's take a look at some other pieces of equipment. Let's take a look at some higher tier pieces of equipment, because we are, I should say, able to take a look at some of the better stuff. For instance, platinum armor. What do you get for getting a +6 platinum armor? Well, +6 platinum armor looks very much basically the same. Also, I would like to stop for a second and just confirm one thing. If you were to take a +5 piece of equipment and upgrade it to a +6 piece of equipment, you do not get to change its type. If it was critical before, it will stay critical. You do not get the opportunity to change its type. So weapon type is preserved in its state from +5 to +6. Now, continuing on, as you can see, the UR ones need their UR hearts. These ones require 10, so it's more costly to effectively build these ones, but what we're getting here is we're getting 10% strike resistance. I think it's 10% single target resistance. Doesn't really matter too much, because the big one is this bottom one, which is brand new. All resistance weakness up by 50%, which is really strong. Just really strong. But that's not the only one. We also get a few other UR examples from this update, such as the Hermes sandals, which now, besides having don't move resistance, also get evasion +10, if that wasn't there already. If it is, apologies. But this is definitely wasn't there before. Acquired AP up by 30%, and if a critical is scored on an enemy, a 3-turn agility boost will be granted to that unit. +6 Hermes sandals looking pretty damn good, as well as the platinum piece of equipment. Now, one other piece of UR equipment right away to get a UR upgrade is Titus's necklace, which besides having critical damage up, also is going to end up getting magic resistance, and increased max TP, which I do think goes a little bit of a good ways to making Titus even better. So yes, very nice piece of equipment that you can get currently now on the JP side. As for the next question that I'm sure people will have, what does and what doesn't have a +6? Well, +6s are only for older pieces of equipment. As a matter of fact, in many cases, the oldest piece of equipment. If you're wondering if Buster Sword, for instance, or the Shinra Bangle have it, for example, they do not. It looks like +6 will be rolled out over time so that old equipment still has a way to upgrade to be competitive against newer equipment as well. From there, so for example, orange sunglasses, which are brand new with this event, do not have a +6. See, we can go all the way up to +5, but there is no +6. A +6 will probably be added at a later date. All right, finishing off, what we have here is just some examples. I'm not going to go through every piece of equipment because there are so many in this update, from lower tier to about mid-tier quality equipment. So it's just a little too much to expect to go through right away. So keep an eye on Wotv Calc, which will probably have all of these added relatively soon, and you'll be able to take a look there and find out specific equipment. But some that I have found noteworthy. Let's just scroll all the way to the end of the weapons really quick. First of all, Platinum Mace. This has been one of my favorite pieces of equipment for a while. It actually gets a really nice little upgrade here. Magic attack +15, but now when HP drops below 80%, that unit will get a 10% speed bonus. Kind of a nice little bonus for potentially getting hit a little bit. Maybe even could be used creatively if there was some kind of damaging TMR that could give you a bonus, and then you also get a speed bonus at the same time. Pretty interesting. Next up, Eunice Staff also gets one, giving her light and darkness attribute resistance. Not bad for a piece of equipment that might be a little more mid-tiery. For instance, other ones such as the Gold Blade will get a max cap damage increase of 1,000 points. Interesting because some people have really tried to farm TMR runes with damage cap increases, but here this one's just built into this weapon. So some weapons like Gold Blade, I foresee people using them especially for guild raids and such. Not like, for instance, if you have a light element, really good about just chaining to max damage already. Just throw this on Elsie and she can potentially deal even more damage than she could before. Not a bad piece of equipment. Sasuke's TMR, which also includes a bonus of 10% AP from the beginning. So for instance, if you equip this on farm, her initial AP is about 41 to 45, I think, which is pretty darn good, considering that water right now on JP is fantastic at generating AP anyway, so it's just a good start into a good continuation. All right. And one other that I can think of off the top of my head, unfortunately I can't do Brotherhood at the moment because I don't have the extra recipe needed to craft it. Apologies for that one, but that's just kind of unfortunate for today. So yeah, slash attack up, ice attack up, and now critical damage up. Nice little bonus for Auron that we didn't know about before this update. So yeah, there's a brief tour through the magnitude of the update of the 6-star. Thankfully is not super costly except for maybe books, but I don't think we were ever going to get away with that one, boys. Sorry. Is just for older pieces of equipment to bring them more in line with newer pieces of equipment, but there are some really powerful effects on these equipment to help balance them against TMR equipment. Either way, it's pretty gated at the moment. We just don't have that much access to these hearts right now, and it'll probably, and I think if I remember hearing correctly, hearts will be obtainable through daily arena awards. and potentially weekly arena awards, so stay tuned for more details about that later. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, hope you found it educational, and hopefully it has quelled some of the fears against 6-star equipment. Not as bad as we thought it was going to be, but it's not perfect either. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, take care, and see you next time.